Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a guide to the landscape mode in Farming Simulator 25. So, this is going to apply to all platforms as well. I should note that. So this is for all platforms. We're not going to go over every single type of building. I showed all the buildings off in a separate video, but we're going to talk about more about placing things and getting stuff built in the build mode. And I'm also not going to talk about dynamic pastures. I did a whole separate video on that. So check those videos out if that's what you're here for. But we'll hit Shift P to go into the build mode. If you're on console, I'm not sure if there's a shortcut to get there, but you can go into the store and then you can go to construction to get you in the build mode as well. So I've got a big open space here. We have all sorts of stuff that we can place in here and do whatever we'd like to with it. There are also constructibles, so I'll do a separate video on that. But basically when you place, I'll put it over here so it's out of our way. When you place a constructible down, it basically gives you a building site where you have to deliver materials to get it taken care of. So be aware of what you're building. These aren't just super cheap houses. You now have to deliver materials to them to get them rocking and rolling. So one of the big questions I get is when you place a building, does it still flatten out the area? The answer is yes. I own all the land on this map. So let's go over to like here. If you see this is clipped in there. If I left click it, it's gonna flatten out the ground around it. If I get rid of that, you can see similar to how it did in Farming Simulator 22. So I would still recommend you flattening out the ground first, which I'll show you how to do that before you place anything or do anything crazy. They also have the free build mode, which you can, this doesn't allow you to place anything here. It says area is restricted, overlaps in our object. It may not let you place it in a restricted area regardless, but if I turn off that, allow free place mode, the overlap, I can place stuff now overlapped with each other, which looks really interesting. I can't do the area restricted areas, but all the overlap areas I can do, so like that. But you can do some kind of crazy stuff with that if you wanted to. I'm going to turn that back on. There's also snapping mode. You can hit R to turn that off. Basically, that has things kind of snap in a specific... You can see how it snaps when it rotates versus turn that off. It free rotates to whatever I'd like it to. Oh, did I turn it off? Nope, I hit the wrong button. R to turn it off. There you go. Free rotates now. So, depending on what you want to do, that might be what you're after. So, yes, if we go to cultivation, you can obviously place still your vines down. So I can do, that, and then I could attach to the back of that and, oops, maybe I can just connect. Can I connect them? I have had some issues connecting various vines with each other. Let's see if I can do that. Obviously, they'll still parallel with each other, so you can still do parallel vines like that. Maybe I have to hit something else here. So if I do this, then place a pole. Yeah, I think that's something that's a little glitched out because you should be able to keep going. Now, if I place another pole here, yeah, it's not letting me finish or hook up with those very well. So hopefully that gets fixed, but honestly, you want to keep them straight anyways, I would say. Building rice fields, you just place down your various corners. Pretty straightforward. I've done more videos on placing custom fields when it comes to rice when you watch my rice videos, and also my field creation video. So that's just a quick little bit about that. Animal pens, not going to talk about dynamic pastures. Fences are still pretty cool. A little bit different though. You can place them down, and if you look over there, well, actually there's nothing for this one up here in the corner. You also can delete your last segment and move on from there. So it's kind of like an undo button, but I don't see myself getting a refund for it. So if I hit undo, I don't get any money back. So just be aware of that. It's more for the help of you. Some fences won't have any gates or anything associated with them, but some will. This one, for example, does. So if I hit M, I can go to the gate for it, and then I can just keep doing gates, or I can switch back and forth, go back to gate. So that's different from FS22. Some of them have a ton of different options. This one has 5, so I could place that, and then I go regular gate, then I can hit again, small gate, singular gate, a little archway, and then I can move back to whatever I want. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. A lot of different stuff there. Lights, tons of different lights. You can place lights down wherever you want. They go on at night. Different decoratives in here. The others here, there's a ton more decoratives. There are 5 more buildable sheds down here at the bottom if you wanted kind of a smaller tool shed to build. And then finally we get to the main stuff, the landscaping stuff. This is what you guys all kind of care about the most. We'll get to sculpting last. So painting, same thing. You just paint down the area. You can hit M to increase the size, and you can also hit B to change it to a circular motion. Then obviously you can place trees down wherever you like, and there's a lot of different tree types in here. And then we have plants. You can place plants over whatever texture you want to. Same thing, you can hit M to increase the size of what you're placing, N to lower it down, and then B to change it to the circular placement if you'd like to, which is kind of nice. Also, landscaping mode allows you to zoom way out now, as you've probably seen already, compared to Farming Simulator 22, and also still allows you to zoom nice and close if you really wanted to do some really fine details. You can do some really fine details on your farm if you wanted to do that. So pretty dynamic in terms of that. Landscaping, let's start with the raise and lower function. This one, again, you can also increase the size or lower the size. And then if you wanted to increase the strength, you can hit L and K to increase and lower the strength. I'm gonna do nice and big strength here. If I left click, that's gonna raise the ground up. And if I right click, that's gonna lower the ground down. There's not like a water plane down there. You can't really make lakes unless the mod, if there's a mod map out there, you might be able to do it if you lower it down, but right now you can't. So there's that. And then flat or level. If I wanted to level these back off, pretty easy. I just go over top of it. Note it is charging me for everything. So there you go. Pretty easy, straightforward. Again, you can change the size and the strength. Smoothing, same thing. You can change size and strength. The smoothing feature is kind of nice actually. So if I raise this up here a little bit and then I make let me lower this down and I make a nice big area that's like this weird plateau, and I want to smooth this out around the edges. The smooth tool works really well this time around, so I can kind of smooth that into the ground there. So I think that that's been significantly improved. Now here, this is to make like kind of like a big ramp or something. So if I raise this area way up over here and I want to make a road up to this plateau that I've created, let's make a big kind of mountain here and let's make a plateau up there. Perfect. Nice big plateau. Let's say for whatever reason I want to build a farm up there or something, you know. I wanted to build something up there. I can come over here to this. I'm going to lower this down, make it a little bit smaller. I want to set the slope target, so I want it to go up here. So I'm going to right click at my area up there, and now I'm going to set slope to the point. So wherever you go, I can slope straight. You want to go maybe slower than I just did there, all the way up to that point. That looks pretty terrible, I'll say that. So if I go straight here and slowly slope up to that, I can make a nice, smooth, oops, go back across that down there. And you can go backwards as well, which is nice. You couldn't do that before in Farming Simulator 2022. And I can kind of slope my way around and get up over there. It's a little bit finicky. You can see though, thankfully, because I can go back and forth, I can kind of fix it. So I could have fixed it with my other one over there. And you can make a slope however you want, and that's how you can smooth the edges or paint the edges, whatever you want to do. A lot of good things you can do with the landscaping mode. Honestly, it's significantly improved in terms of the functionality. These things just work better. There's nothing like crazy new, but everything just kind of works better. There's still no undo button or anything like that. I wish that was the case, but there's just not, unfortunately. But that's what I got for you guys. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Co-op channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos about, well, landscaping or anything else Farming Simulator 25 related. So there you guys go. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys on the next video.